Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures in the Season of Discovery. Today we are in South Shore, and we have a quest to turn in here.
While disciples of the
In the
light
name of
never
the light.
revel in the loss of life, we must accept that on occasion such sacrifices must happen for the greater good of the kingdom and the planet. Through your deeds in the monastery, you have spared many
It's a cool
innocent
one-hander.
lives, adventurer. I salute your tenacity.
I wonder if this is better than the one-hander we currently have. We'll take it. Black Menace. Let's check it out.
Have a good one.
And there we go. We got a bunch of XP for that. And we have received the Black Menace. I think this is for, like rogues, though. So it's probably not better than what we have. I know the offhand wasn't better. Maybe we should have just taken the two-handed axe just to sell it. All right, guys. So today we're in South Shore. We're going to do a little bit of questing today. We've been doing quite a few instance runs, a lot of dungeons. So I felt like going back to questing today. We're going to pick up this quest here called Costly Menace.
Ain't nothing that irks me more than losing these here beautiful horses. And believe me, we've lost quite a few between them pesky undead creeps, the dang syndicate gang, and all the other good-for-nothing scoundrels poking about these parts. But I swear on my old granddaddy's grave, there ain't no bigger menace to our horses here than them mountain lions up in Itemrack, always coming down from the hills and making my life difficult. You fancy yourself a hero? Go and do something about it then. I am the new magistrate of South Shore, recently assigned after the assassination of the previous magistrate. The assassins were never found, but through our investigations, we're almost certain they were hired by the syndicate, a group of thieves led by villainous nobles of the now-fallen kingdom of Itemrack. The syndicate has a camp north of the horde-occupied Terran Mill, and our last clues led to that camp. Slay the syndicate members you find there.
All right, guys. So there we go. We got a few quests to do. We got to slay some mountain lions and some syndicate members. Let's get our buffs going here. Today we should hit level 37. And that means we will be a high enough level to go into Razorfen Downs. So I'm looking forward to that. We also have another Black Fathom Deeps lockout opened up so we can get some more gear, hopefully. And I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. Looking forward to the patch on March 5th that's coming out. 100% XP boost. Supposedly, it is 25% more than the Wrath of the Lich King boost with heirloom gear. So that's insane. You're going to be able to level up alts pretty damn quick, guys. And there has been a leak recently. Well, a rumor. And supposedly, the next raid that's coming out at level 50 during the next phase of Season of Discovery will be Sunken Temple. I'm kind of surprised that's the case, guys. I think that'll be a cool raid. And who knows, maybe it won't be the only one. Maybe they'll have a 10-man and a 20-man raid. Supposedly they're going to have a 20-man raid or the next phase. Maybe Sunken Temple will be that raid, but maybe Sunken Temple will be a 10-man raid, and then they'll have like a 20-man raid in, say, Moradon. That would be awesome. All right, so are we going the right way? I think so. I hope so. And you guys may have noticed, but I have not released a solo self-found hardcore playthrough I know I said I was looking forward to it, but I changed my mind, guys. The reason why I changed my mind is I'm not really too happy with what they did with it. I was kind of expecting there to be a server for solo self-bound players, but that is not the case. It's kind of unfortunate. So what they did, they pretty much treated it like the seasonal server that came out like a year ago. I forget what they called it, but during that season, they released a buff called Soul of Iron. And it pretty much just told other players during that season that you were a hardcore character and you've never died. So with Solo Self-Found, they released another buff for Solo Self-Found, telling people that you're a Solo Self-Found character. And that's pretty much it. And you're on the same hardcore servers as every other hardcore character, even the ones that are not participating in Solo Self-Found. And I wasn't a fan of that, because I thought that they should have added a new server, just because I think it would not really have many bots on it, and it would be awesome if they had a server like that. And the reason why I wouldn't have many bots is because during Solo Self-Found, you're not able to trade, use the mailbox, or the auction house. So it makes, makes it tough for botters to sell gold, because they can only, trade with level 60 characters, and they need to be level 60 to trade. So selling gold on that server would be a pain, and I doubt a lot of botters would even attempt to do that. Maybe they would, but there wouldn't be as many. And the server that I was on, Defias Pillager, it got botted like crazy. And pretty much what botters do, they just wreck the economy of every server they go to. Pretty much items that regularly go on the auction house for quite a bit of gold eventually become, worth nothing, or not much at all. And that's the case on many of these season discovery servers, and also on Defias Pillager, hardcore server that I play on. Oh damn, I thought this guy was like a syndicate member. So yeah, I just wasn't interested in it. Because say you hit 60 in solo self-found on that server, it doesn't really seem like that big of a deal, because, kind of just end up like everybody else who didn't level that way. So you really have to just want to try solo self-found. And I just think it would be, I don't know, just more prestigious of a title on a server where you have to be, like, did everybody play solo self-found on it? And new servers are awesome too, because it adds a lot of hype to the game. Everybody loves playing on a new server. And I think that would have brought more hype back to hardcore WoW. So that's why I decided not to do it. It's also a very long journey. Hardcore playthroughs, it's over 200 episodes. And if you say every episode's like... I would say, well, to be honest, it takes over 8 days of gameplay. More than that. Close to 10, depending on how fast you level. I think solo self-found it would take longer because you're traveling more to, you know, get certain items for your character. So you can survive. Kind of going out of your way to get those items. Pretty much did a solo self-found hardcore run on my rogue. I didn't join any groups or do any dungeons. I didn't trade or use the mailbox, the auction house. I didn't use any add-ons either. Just I don't know why I didn't do that. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out eventually, but I just feel like playing Season of Discovery. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. And if you guys remember, like months ago, before Season Discovery came out, hardcore WoW was the thing, man. Everybody was playing it. Like it revived World of Warcraft, man. And then Season of Discovery came out, and that was the end of it. And that's kind of how I feel right now. I'm like, why the heck would I, you know, play hardcore WoW when I can play Season of Discovery? You have to be like really into the journey. Maybe we should heal ourselves here. We just wand them down. Hopefully nobody comes and ganks us. And Season Discovery is getting awesome, man. Like, you can level alts so fast and get them to 40. Especially with the new XP increase. Okay, let's get some water here. Have a little drink. But I'll check out hardcore again. If they had a new server, though, they said, like, we're releasing a solo self-found server. All players on this server are solo self-found. I'd be playing right now, 100%. I think everybody would. Because that's what the hardcore community wanted at the beginning. Because the original rules for hardcore was you weren't allowed to use your mailbox. You weren't allowed to trade. And you were not allowed to use the auction house. So it's pretty much standard hardcore as solo self-found. And then, but they would allow people to join groups and do dungeons, but there was some rules behind that as well that the hardcore community had, where you can only run it to a certain level, and I think you can only run dungeons. You can't spam them. I think you can only run it like one time. I don't know if that was the rule. But I think there was something against dungeon spamming. And in hardcore, you could only run like a dungeon once a day anyway, so you couldn't really spam. But I never really ran dungeon spec. I didn't trust any of the groups. Yeah, I'm kind of just into season discovery. Maybe we'll go back to hardcore eventually. But for now, I just want to check out this style of classic WoW for a bit. But if they do release a solo self-found server, I would love it. I think they kind of dropped the ball there. Missed opportunity by Blizzard. Or I should say Microsoft now. Missed opportunity. Could have brought some more hype back to World of Warcraft for a month or two. Because it doesn't really seem to be getting that much hype. Like it seems like Season of Discovery is still the classic WoW game mode that everyone's talking about. And I think self-found server would have been awesome, man. And then probably once the new phase comes out for Season of Discovery from 40 to 50, then people would probably, stop playing self-found and go back to Season of Discovery because, that's the new thing for everyone to do. And WoW. That's usually how it goes. Everyone wants to try out the new thing. But I haven't really noticed that with solo self-found. There is a lot of people playing it, though. I did log in just to check it out because I wanted to see what it was all about. And there's a decent amount of people with the buff just running around the starting zone area. Yeah, I haven't done questing in a while on this priest. That's an interesting thing about 40 to 50. People are just going to literally hop into Zul'Farrak, the dungeon, and pretty much level from 40 to 50. What level you got to be? 44? I guess they would hop into Uldaman for a little bit, and then into Zul'Farrak, and then 50. ZF's an awesome dungeon, especially for like the Mage Cleave groups that I've been jumping into in Scarlet Monastery, because you can mount up in those dungeons. And the reason why mounting up is so awesome is because you can round up like huge pulls with a mount, because Zul'Farrak's an outdoor dungeon, so you're allowed to mount up. And tanks or even mages can like get on a mount, group up a bunch of mobs, and just get them all like, in a pack, and AoE the crap out of them. And I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like. I always remembered Zul'Farrak being like one of the the ultimate AoE dungeons for spell cleaves and melee cleaves. There's this room. I guess it's not a room, but there's this area with a bunch of graves, like troll graves, and you can open them up and slay like a bunch of zombie trolls. And I remember people, like mages, used to solo that at 60 as a gold farm. You would open up all the troll graves, or say half of them, and then just AoE them all down. I'm looking forward to doing that again. I think Zul'Farrak maybe one of my favorite dungeons in the game. It's got to be up there. BRD is my favorite though, Blackrock Depths. That dungeon is awesome. I hope they make that into like a 20-man raid. At level 60. Okay, so we just need one more here. Looking for a thief. Oh, there's one right there. I haven't even done Nomergon yet, man. That's going to be a fun raid. And I don't know what I'm going to do, guys, when we're done farming ruins and this character ends up becoming, you know, a raid log character. Like after we do the Stranglethorn event a couple times and Nomergon a couple times. I don't know what I'm going to level next. Not too sure if I'm going to go back to the Horde on Crusader Strike. Or will I stay here and play Alliance? Who knows? I think I would either play... If I stayed Alliance, I'd probably level like a Gnome Rogue. Never really played a Gnome. So I'd like to try that out. And I think if I went Horde, I'd probably play a Troll Shaman. I think Shaman would be a lot of fun. Shaman's supposedly awesome in Season of Discovery. Like Elemental and Enhance are just great. The tanking is amazing as well. For Shaman. Shaman tanks are supposedly the best tanks in the game. Or like, they're the best on the Horde side, from what I've heard. But supposedly Resto Shaman has been a little lackluster. I think it's currently the worst healer in the game at the moment. But you can't have everything, you know what I mean? You can't be the best tank, a pretty solid DPS, and also a great healer. Hello, are you looking for a guild? Only heal fans. Am I looking for a guild? Not at the moment. At the moment. Thanks. Oh, scared the crap out of me. Will we join a guild, guys? I don't know. Who knows? No problem. Good luck. Have fun. Nice guy. Also played a little bit of Warcraft 3, guys, recently. Haven't played that in a while, a couple months. And I played with a viewer named Liam. Shout out to Liam, man. Had some fun games with him. I main Undead. We had some 1v1s. I won the game, but it was a close one. We had some good games. Yeah, Warcraft 3, awesome game, man. I love RTS. One of my favorite style game genres. My first PC game that I ever played I guess I played like maybe solitaire and stuff like that, but like an actual game, I guess you could say, like, or I guess just a Blizzard game was StarCraft Brood War. And I just fell in love with it, man, as a kid. And then, you know, eventually Warcraft 3 came out. I checked out number 2 as well. That was a lot of fun. But I got addicted to StarCraft, man. Loved playing that game. That was like the first game that got me into online gaming. And StarCraft's actually the first ever, I would say, legit esport that had like sold out stadiums of people watching it back in the 90s. They had that in South Korea. Like, it was insane, man. How it blew up over there. And that's why they call it the granddaddy of esports. Because it was the first, like, video game that showed that people will actually, you know, leave their house and go to a stadium to watch it. And it's not as, I don't think it's as, StarCraft's not even close to as popular as it was back then, but it's kind of cool how, like what happened with esports and how it blew up. I haven't really been following esports that much, but when I do, I tend to watch, you know, StarCraft, Warcraft 3, games like that. I just enjoy watching RTS the most. Played quite a bit of League of Legends as well. Dota 2. Regular, original Dota that was a use map settings game on Warcraft 3. It's crazy how that genre came from you know, the RTS Warcraft 3. Dota was actually a use map settings game. Blizzard could have honestly, you know, Blizzard should honestly have that game. They should have made it. They let it slip through their fingers, and then, you know, League of Legends came and took it from them and just blew it up. I wonder what the biggest esport is right now. Maybe it's Valorant, or maybe it's still League of Legends. Dota 2. I know Dota 2 has the tournament where teams are making millions of dollars, called the International. I think that's the esports where players are getting paid the most, is Dota 2. But you have to do really well in that international tournament to get money like that. It's an awesome tournament too. All right, we're looking for one more hulking mountain lion, guys. See if we can find him. And we are almost level 37. Let's bump this guy up. I did play a little bit of League of Legends recently. I did hop back on there. I haven't played in like years. I played an AD carry called Misfortune. Pretty simple character to play. And we won. Got the game. I didn't. My lane got wrecked. But I think our top and jungle carried us to victory. And I don't know why people say like things. I see videos on the internet like gaming isn't like good or the same as it used to be. You're crazy, man. Gaming's insane now. There's too, I think the problem with gaming is there's too many good games to play and not enough time. I think that's the main issue with gaming. So many good games now. But I guess those people are just trying to get, you know, clicks, views, stuff like that. It's an interesting topic to talk about, that's for sure. All right, so there we go. We're done with the Mountain Lions and the Syndicate. Hopefully when we turn in these quests, we will get level 37. And I guess we will probably take Force of Will if we can. Or maybe we'll take Divine Spirit. Holy Power infuses the target increasing spirit by 17 for 30 minutes. Sounds okay. Force of Will sounds a bit better. Increases spell damage by 1%. And the critical strike chance of your offensive spells by 1%. So it's better for damage. Divine Spirit seems to be better for mana regen. Here we are back in South Shore. Guys, it's raining.
Thank you, adventurer. Although they may still be lurking about,
nice gloves.
we hope that some of the thieves and footpads you
But
slew were
not better than the ones we
responsible
got.
for the last magistrate's death. But even if they weren't, the Syndicate is a taint on this land and a stain on the human race. Their deaths are welcome to South Shore.
There we go, guys. What do we take? Oh, Divine Spirit? Increases, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll take Divine Spirit. Put that on our bar. One thing I'm running out of is bar space, guys. I might have to, like, switch to LVUI. Because I'm running out of space here. And usually when I run out of space, I end up using LVUI. Just because that's the UI that I'm used to using. But we could add more to Bartender. I just don't think it'll look that good. Just going to put that there for now. Have to figure out what to do with it. So one thing I need to start using more is Shadow Fiend. And just abilities that to help me with mana regen. But I don't really think we needed it that much today without questing, but I honestly think if we did use it a bit more, I probably wouldn't have had to drink as much as I did.
Ain't that great news? Should have gone and found me a regular old war hero from day one to take care of them beasts. You'd have made your pappy proud, adventurer.
Oh, there we go. We got another recipe when we level up our cooking called Tasty Lion Steak. It's pretty good. All right, guys. Well, there we go. We got level 37. 3 more levels, and we will be level 40 and ready to do Normorgon. Yeah, guys. Next episode, we will most likely be in Black Fathom Deeps. Hopefully, we can get some more loot in preparation for Normorgon. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.